I get that I have to put him in this red legend category,
so why don't you
but I don't want to.
Just leave it there before you embarrass yourself.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Pecking Order, OneFootball's version of the tier list. Today I am joined by Paddy, and we are going to take a look at ranking Manchester United strikers since 2000. So, the tiers. We have got Red Legend, Top Star, Did the Job, Who Are You, or City Spy. I like that one,
Excellent.
City Spy.
All right, let's see who makes that.
Okay, so first up we have got David Bellion.
David Bellion came from Sunderland, right? Didn't really do much.
4 goals, I think?
Yeah. Cost a little bit too. I would probably put him in City Spy though. I don't see him having made any impact for United, having been there quite some time too.
Yeah, he was there quite a bit. I'd probably agree, to be fair, because he's not really.
No.
Yeah.
So next up after that, a bigger name, Dimitar Berbatov.
Yes, he won the Golden Boot for Manchester United.
Did pretty well. Won a couple of titles too. Yeah.
Yes, that alone for me. I don't think I would class him as a legend. But I think a top star. I think he did quite a lot for Man United.
I went with did a job because despite everything that you've just sort of said, I think Berbatov is someone who just, because of the way he played, there were some moments where he went through long patches of without a goal, and he just.
I do just remember the good bits, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, mostly you do, unless you're David Bellion. But no, I would actually say, did a job, which I think did a job very well, but did a job. Yeah.
Okay, next up we have got Chicharito, Javier Hernandez, obviously over in the MLS now. I remember, I think it was his first goal, it was in the Community Shield and the ball hit him in the face and rebounded into the back of the net. So for that alone, I think he was pretty decent, but was there for quite a few years.
Yeah, scored a lot of important goals too. I had him down for did a job too, because he literally did, off the bench.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I went with exactly the same, because he did a good job.
Andy Cole. Yeah.
Andy Cole. You know what? I can forgive that he went over to Manchester City. Peter Schmeichel, not so much. But Andy Cole, I can let that one go. I think you've got to have him as a red legend. I think somebody else that we'll come on to later, but a partnership that he had that was pretty amazing, and he just encapsulates a whole kind of era of Manchester United.
Agreed. You're really associating with those big colours, all those big victories as well. So red legend for me too.
Somebody who maybe isn't a red legend. Don't know if all of you would have heard of him, but Mame Diov. Now, I don't know if you know, but he scored a great goal against Burnley.
I probably didn't, to be honest. Or if I did, I probably forgot. I think Diov actually had a better career elsewhere. Did okay at Stoke and Hanover, but a City spy for me, just didn't do enough, did enough of nothing.
I went with Who Are You just because I felt mean putting him as a City spy, and I've got a few that I want in the City spy category.
Excellent. Falcao. Big name, big money.
This was
big
a
bust.
nightmare.
Yeah.
I remember this. This was an absolute nightmare. I was so excited about this, and I think he scored 4 times, if that. 4 times.
Where do you put him then?
I put him as a City spy because I just think you didn't deliver. No. You know what? You can argue, but at the end of the day, he's supposed to be a star. He didn't deliver.
Correct. Cost a lot of money.
Yep.
City spy. Yep.
In the bin.
Yep. It's a new category.
Okay, so now we have got Diego Forlan, big name.
Oh.
He came to Manchester United for 7 million back in 2002.
Highly rated too, yeah.
Yeah, but it just didn't really
So where would you have him then?
Yeah. I've actually put him as a City spy just because I know he's a very big name, but it just didn't happen, and I was very irritated by that.
Fair enough. I had him as Who Are You because I felt like he at least tried hard, which put him. Not saying the other City spies did not, but I really felt sorry for him by the end. It just did not happen, and obviously happened in a lot of other places for Diego Forlan, just not at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Mason Greenwood.
You know what? This is a tough one for all the right reasons. Amazing talent, absolute amazing talent. I could go on for years about Mason Greenwood, and I think it's really good that he has brought the excitement back at Manchester United. Another young player, really kind of since Rashford, I guess you could say. It feels like Rashford's been around for years, but he's come through.
Yep.
He's made such an impact. I wouldn't have him as a legend yet, just because he's like 12 years of age or something.
Because, yeah.
But I think he's already a top star, and I think he's got all the makings to become a top star. I'm serious on the positivity train for him.
This is probably our biggest point of conjecture so far. I actually had him as who are you, not because of what he's done so far, but because he's got probably a lot more to do.
Yeah, okay.
So I would say that as good as he looks, you've had a few of these come through. And a few of these on this list. And so let's see where his career gets.
Okay. Oh, no.
Your turn.
Okay, so next up, a legend, an absolute legend in Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I mean, he did score for us 28 times in like 46 appearances. He had his own chant at the end of the day. That was, again, a very exciting time. Didn't really live up to what I was expecting. I think he did have a few injuries, but I put him down as did the job. I think he came in. I think he rallied the troops a little bit. He built morale. He was a good player for the youngsters to kind of look up to. So
I had top star, but for very similar reasons to you, to be honest. I think came in, big name, did what he needed to do, and then buggered off. Henrik Larsen, another player to come in, probably over the peak of his career at that point.
Yeah, past his prime, wasn't it? For me, again, it's just a disappointing situation.
Really?
Yeah, just because I was expecting more and he didn't deliver
he was
as much.
literally there on a short-term loan. I think he'd promised his family it was only ever going to be that long.
I don't want that guy playing for United, though. Don't be telling people I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going for a while. I want you to be committed.
I think that he was committed for exactly the amount of time that he said he would be. Yeah. So
I had him as who are you, just because.
Wow. Okay. Did a job for me.
Fair enough. Yeah. Next up, this is an interesting one. Romelu Lukaku.
I mean, a tough time to be playing for United as a big striker with a sometimes questionable touch, but a good knack for scoring goals. I did a job.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I feel a bit sorry for him actually. I think he could have been a lot better in a lot better team under a coach that suited him. I
agree. I think it was really sad the way that things kind of panned out for him. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here's a one from the past. Federico Macheda.
That Aston Villa goal. Still remember it like it was yesterday.
You've got a few of these players, right, who came in and scored one or two goals, made themselves a bit of a hero. I mean, I don't think Januzaj is on this list, but completely in the same boat.
True.
Yeah. So where would you put him?
I had him as who are you, just because. Thanks for the memories. But there weren't enough memories, really.
Agreed. Same with me. I think he's at Panathinaikos now, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Anthony Martial.
Tough one. I think he's played his best football under Ole, particularly towards the start of Ole's time there. But I still don't think he's answered the money question for me, at least how much that was at the time was a huge amount of money, and I think he's not just quite there yet. Yeah. So I think I've did a job actually.
Same.
I think he has the ability to go either way depending on the next season or two.
Yeah, it's just, I have to agree. I think when he's good, he's brilliant, but it's too inconsistent.
Yeah. Also a tough time to be at the club with as a player, as a forward who can play in different positions. Yeah. He's been moved around a bit. But okay, Michael Owen.
Thanks for that City goal. One of the greatest days of my life. Yep. But just for being the guy that goes from Liverpool to Manchester United, I've got him down as a City spy just because you did your team dirty by moving to us.
100%. I mean, it's probably not the first thing he's done dirty as well, Michael Owen, but I would say, who are you? And that's a just for me.
Yeah.
Mostly that goal, most of the fact that he was there for 3 years, which was weird.
Bizarre.
And mostly because he had a pay-to-play deal. So it didn't really cost you much. Low risk and very low reward, apart from that City goal. Your turn.
Okay, so next up we have got Marcus Rashford. Lord Marcus, as I now like to call him.
Top star for me, great guy, obviously in great form at the moment, particularly trending. As you mentioned, off camera, can play in a few different positions, but is a natural goal scorer, so I like him as a top star.
Yeah, I would probably put him top star as well. I know some people will be saying he's already a legend, but again, he's still got a little bit of a way to go. He's very young. Yeah. So yeah, top star. Okay, Wayne Rooney.
2 words, red legend, obviously.
Now...
What? Hang on.
I get that I have to put him in this red legend category,
so why don't you
but I don't want to.
Just leave it there before you embarrass yourself.
I don't get me wrong, scored over 250 times for the club.
Yes.
But I'm not sure, it makes me a little bit sad that he managed to get to the highest of, he managed to kind of take over the likes of Giggs and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong.
It's not his fault.
He was an amazing player for Manchester United, but my problem is more off the pitch, his attitude. And what I mean is that he was loyal to an extent, but it was at the end of every other season, really wants to leave, he's had enough, he hates it. And then as soon as he gets a bit more money in his piggy bank, he was happy and he was good to go. I cannot take away from him. He is a red legend. I cannot take that away, but I don't think...
You've put a little asterisk there.
But I don't think that you look at somebody like Ryan Giggs, loyal to that club till the end. I don't necessarily think Rooney was. That's all.
Fair enough, but still...
Yeah.
Because he's a bona fide red legend. Was it your turn or mine?
Yours.
Mine. Giuseppe Rossi.
Now, played very well across Europe, had a very good career. I think he's over in America now.
I think he had a little bit of time off because he got some knee problems, but has played, in a various amounts of places.
It's been great, just wasn't really great for United.
The best thing he did for United was going for about 6 million despite playing about 10 minutes before that, so I had City spy for him.
I've put Who Are You just because he's still an alright player, just wasn't great for us, I guess.
Fair enough.
Louis Sahar.
Yeah, I think things could have worked out so much better for Sahar if his body had stood up to it. He was coming in at a point where he was getting opportunities and there was a bit of change, so he probably could have moved into, maybe the second striker position there. I think he was basically number 3 while he was there. But it never really worked out for Sahar. Also someone who really, put his all into it, but who are you for me?
I've put did the job just because as a backup striker, I think he was very good. I have a lot of goals in my memory and it was more kind of when he wasn't injured.
I understand, but the problem is when you need a backup striker for your backup striker.
Yeah, they can't be injured all the time. Yeah, I get that one.
My turn?
Yes, your turn.
Alexis Sanchez.
Now, I know people in the comments are going to be like, oh, he played more on the left. He is technically a forward, so that's why he's in the list. He
can score goals.
What a disaster! What a nightmare!
There's only one answer for this, surely.
City spy, 100%. I mean, all I keep thinking about is all that money that they spent on that piano video.
Yeah,
and what a waste it was.
I mean, I don't know if he was already in that position before he left Arsenal, because he did have attitude problems on his way out of Arsenal. But boy, he did not look good at any moment.
I think he's just one of those players that he got to a certain age and he's just lost his legs in a way, and he just didn't really know how to handle it.
His fight, which that's what I loved about Sanchez as well, and never really had that fight at the club either. So City spy for me.
Yeah. Okay, Teddy Sheringham.
Well, I've got a soft spot for Teddy Sheringham because he looks like a better looking version of my dad. So he looks like if my dad, had a bit more money, played a bit more golf, that would be Teddy Sheringham. And scored some important goals, but also wasn't at the club that long, some good years. Probably was just as good elsewhere in, lesser teams, let's say that. So I think I had him down for did a job, which he did in some pretty big games.
I would probably put him as top star just because of, like you say, some of the important goals that he was part of, and again, he was part of a very important team, I would say.
Okay. Here's the big one for you, Carlos Tevez.
Okay, Carlos Tevez.
Where do you start?
City spy.
Yeah, well, that's 100%.
Yeah. He was a great person in that trio with Rooney and Ronaldo, but you're leaving my team for City. You didn't do it in the best way. Then you allowed him to put that billboard up in Manchester, which haunts me to this day. Traitor, absolute traitor. I can't even remember any of his goals because I've blocked them from my memory.
I expected you to say that. I had Who Are You because he did score some important goals for you until it all went super shit. Yeah.
Somebody else that we have got here.
Only a few left too, by the way.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
So here, played a key part in some of the most important moments of, at least the modern era Manchester United, or the next to modern era Manchester United. Top star for me, actually. Top star. I can't get past he literally did a job. He was never going to be your number one guy, but Jesus, when he was called upon, he really, really did it, and that's why I think top star.
See, I am a big Ollie fan, so I have put him as a red legend, just again because he was kind of like Sheringham, but better in that he, again, was part of such a massive part of Manchester United's history, and he was loyal as well. Which is a big thing, I think. Yeah, so I can see why it would be top star. I think I've just got a bit of a soft spot and I've gone with red legend,
So, 4 left. Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Oh, legend. Yeah. Got to be.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, amazing player. Yeah.
And it's just an amazing story. I mean, doing his knee, Ferguson coming to the hospital, all that sort of stuff, signed him a year later and still scored a bunch of goals. So,
amazing,
agreed.
Okay, Robin van Persie.
For me, it's a top star. I mean,
he basically single-handedly won us a Premier League.
Pretty much. I think he didn't. He probably didn't stay at the club long enough to really truly become a legend. Yeah. But top star. I mean, while he was there, he was terrific. So,
I agree with that one.
Excellent. So 2 more to go. So one would be Danny Welbeck.
I feel really sorry for him. It was the perfect tale of a Manchester lad coming through the ranks, burst onto the scene, and it just never really worked out. I think at the end of the day, and as we've seen with his career, injuries and maybe just not being as good as we all expected him to be. So this is really tough. I've put him down as did the job because I think he did score a lot of really good goals for us. But maybe, I guess, he didn't really do enough of a job because he ended up leaving. But
yeah, I mean, for me, I think he's actually goal-to-game ratio is very decent for United, but just couldn't really put it together, couldn't really emerge as anything more than a backup. Actually, I think when I think of Welbeck, you're going to hate this, I think about him at Arsenal as much as I do at Man United. So I actually think I had him as Huaya. I think it's what could happen if things go a different way for Mason Greenwood. Not that I want that to happen, but that's your cautionary tale, if that makes sense. Yeah.
True. Okay.
Lucky last.
Last but by no means least.
Definitely not.
Dwight York.
Yeah.
Legend.
All night Dwight. I would say he did a job. Not the Andy Cole type. Scored a bunch of goals. Not as much as he did elsewhere, at least at Villa. Still there as part of the good times, at least,
Again, it's just the nostalgia in me that bumps him up to legend, just because I couldn't have put Cole there and not him. I would have, they come as like a duo, like I would have felt really bad. Again, like I say, just some of the goals that he scored were just iconic. Again, he was part of that amazing era alongside Cole, and I just feel bad for it. I couldn't separate them.
Weird daylight between Cole and York when it comes to ability and also impact. But I get your point that they were a pair.
Yeah, I'm just too soft to be doing this. Really, I can't be brutal with these players. But yeah, that was our pecking order for Manchester United strikers. Check out all the other content that we've got going on here at OneFootball, and we will see you guys soon.